I found a beautiful Daliun match where he lost the first 2 rounds and maybe he was able to come back the third one. If you want to learn how to counter a back kick, how to counter a side kick, and how pro athletes are able to spot holes in the opponent's guard, this is the right video for you. I'm going to analyze this intense match between Daliun and Ak, and I found a lot of crazy insights about those two players that we can learn to improve our fights. Nice to meet you, I'm Taekwondo Analysis, and I love to share my fight analysis passion on YouTube. If you would like to improve with me, subscribe, click like, and watch the full video. In description I let you the link to the best Taekwondo products. Let's start. First action that we have on the first seconds, we're already a head kick from the red. So I start with the side kick. The blue answer with the back kick. Already 10 years ago players used this type of kick to the back kick. You couldn't kick on old school, so in modern Taekwondo you can kick the back of the armor and you can score points in that pot of the armor. You couldn't do that in the old school. There was a beautiful counter from the red, so the red found a spot with the nuke kick and the blue was totally not ready to block that kick. The blue front roundhouse the back. There, he waited that the red and tap the floor, kick with the roundhouse, was able to score, and the red respond with a hook kick, where he was able to score 3 points. Waiting, they are both using feint, also few step means some action. That was a feint from the blue, he fake a side kick, but instead he just step forward. The red attack with the front roundhouse probably, or a side kick, and the blue respond with a counter axe kick, but wasn't able to score. We already watched a beautiful counter to side kick that is an axe kick, of course. Axe kick to the head. And then he closed the action with a back kick. Axe kick, back kick. It's more common to watch in old fight that the player continue the action instead than stop. Now there is this habit to stop the action for some reason, I don't know. Player starts to play the cut kick. Indeed, watch this red that plays a lot with the side kicks. He was able to score another kick with the side kick. Also the blue score with the side kick. This was maybe the year where player starts to adopt this strategy, and then a lot of years ago they set new rules to avoid that the players use cut kicks. There is a good action here. The red attack the back kick, the blue respond with the front roundhouse, but didn't stop just to front roundhouse. He continued the combo. The red 1 kick, the blue 2 kicks. Okay, the more you kick, of course, the higher the chance that you are going to score. The red starts a back kick and the blue use another axe kick to counter this back kick, a front axe kick. We can watch their stance, so in this moment the red is slightly inclined in this direction, instead the blue is slightly inclined more toward the red, because of course the blue needs to attack. He is 6 points less, so he needs to score more points, and to score more points he needs to attack and be aggressive. Instead the red needs just to defend his lead, so he needs to be more defensive. Look also the difference, the blue attack and the red just uses side kicks to block the blue. This is how you want to play when you have a lead, when you have more points. So you have to change your playstyle, you have to become more defensive to avoid that the opponent is able to recover or come back from this big gap. We can watch also that after 10 years the sport didn't change that much, found a similar playstyle. The red uses a side kick and then close the action with a punch. This is also a common strategy. If you watch my previous video, he did the same thing also, but in that combo he added also an Erio Chaji. He closed in the corner red, first he punch and then he score with a back kick. Also watch the mistake of the blue. He wasn't able to block this kick because he loses focus for a few seconds. Indeed, look the end in this position is totally useless. It doesn't guard anything, it doesn't give the blue any advantage. So this end in this position is a totally mistake. This is a detail, of course, but if you start to add every single detail, you are going to win or you are going to make mistakes. Indeed, look what is going to happen, because the end was here. He was able to score with a back kick. Okay, so a little mistake that in high levels is a big mistake, because it's a 1 point gap. The mistake for the blue here wasn't the block for the planche, but he aimed for the armor. We watched that they are the same height, of course, so he could block the arm, and he could, or maybe also without blocking the arm, he could aim for the head because they were in clinch. In the previous video, the player just won with this type of axe kick. So when you're in clinch, you can trade for an head kick. And there is a mistake in this moment for the red. Let's watch what's going on and why he lost this point. He lifted his leg, the blue blocked the foot. He lifted the leg for a side kick, but he didn't score there. He didn't try to kick the blue. So the blue was able to block the foot, push it away, and he was able to score on the front armor. He pushed the foot away and he was able to score. Then he, of course, ran away to avoid the red comeback in that moment. The red was able to score to the blue was because the blue reacted properly in this position. So the blue was in the corner. The red was able to attack and score. So what could have done to avoid this situation? The blue, he should have run away, close the action, avoid to be in the corner. Because in the corner also he panicked a bit. And look what he did. He didn't kick, he just tried to block, maybe tried clinched, but wasn't enough fast, and the red was able to score 2 points, meanwhile he tried to clinch. This also, if the opponent plays a lot with the front leg, it's not really a good idea to clinch walking wide open toward your opponent, because the opponent can score multiple times on you. It was better to get out or maybe counter in some ways. Probably he had a lot of chance to use a back kick and score with a back kick. So the fact that he didn't stop the action and he tried to punch penalized him. But this is something that you can fix only by watching a video. It's really hard to think that logical in a fight, of course. This point was really smart for the red. We talk a lot about his kick. He just a side kick and he was able to score the back of the armor, as I said in some of my shorts reel, where you can follow me also on Instagram, and are going to watch a shorts guide about Taekwondo. Blue start a front roundhouse kick and the red counter with the back kick. So just the red was able to use the proper counter to this kick. And here the red did the same mistake of the blue. So watch here. He lifted his leg without doing anything, he tried to punch, and the blue was able to score the back of the armor. This is really a beautiful back kick. He found an hole in the red guard. He was able to kick in the right moment when the red lifted his arm. Now again, another dead moment for the red. He lifted his leg, he tried to score with the side kick, but the blue was able to respond properly and was able to use a back kick to score 1 point. There are a lot of dead moments when the red is in the corner. This is another dead moment, and the blue abusing the moment the red lifted his leg. The blue found the strategy to come back this match. The red lifted his leg, the blue wait the proper moment to score with a back kick. Now there are 40 seconds left, just 3 points gap. The red of course is going just to use a side kick to block his action and keep this lead. Probably is not going to try hard that much. So 10 seconds left, 2 points gap. Oh, that was really risky for the red. And the blue was able to score 3 points in the last second. So the red lift the leg. He set the wall. The blue push his leg. So he punch with the arm, the red leg, unbalanced the red, and he was able to score an head kick. Now 1 point ahead. He tried to score and he blocked the opponent. So he went in a clinch and the match ended in the last second. This comeback was totally unreal for the blue. Click the video in the center of the screen.